What's up, everybody? Noble Elite Airsoft here, and a couple days ago, the IceMan asked me what are my favorite AKs and which ones are the best on the market. So I'm going to answer him today, and we're going to talk about the best AKs on the market right now. So, first off in the list, we're going to start off with Tokyo Marui AK-47s. So, Tokyo Maruki they're based off in Japan, and Japan has a law where no airsoft gun can be over 300 FPS. So all the FPS on Tokyo Marubi guns are going to be quite low. So on most of their guns, including this one comes in at 290 FPS with a plastic body like you're going to find on most Tokyo Marubis. The internals are actually really good, so you're gonna be able to pick up this gun for a pretty hefty $300 mark, considering that this gun is made of plastic. But it does have good internals and it's compatible with a lot of other things. So coming in on the number 4 spot, we're gonna get CYMA. Now, a lot of people are gonna disagree with me on this, and I would too. However, I have one, and I gotta say they are definitely worth their money. You're gonna be able to find most of these at around the $130 mark, so definitely some cheap AKs out there. And I gotta say they perform really well for how much they cost. The accuracy is really good. They're compatible with a lot of different parts, and CYMA has a lot of different tactical options. So that's really cool about them. They all of their AKs have metal upper receivers, and some of them even have metal complete bodies. So moving past that, going into the number 3 spot, we see G&G with their line of AKs. So G&G has a lot of blowback guns, including their AKs here. Their AKs range from $156 to $300 to $350 depending on which one you buy. If you buy their top brand um, AK, you're gonna look for complete metal construction, real wood on it, and 300 to 340 FPS. G&G is definitely a reliable company and they're awesome for beginners. So if you're on a budget, you can definitely go with the lower end AKs and still get a good bang for your buck, like CYMA. So moving into the number 2 spot, we move into the world of VFC. VFC makes some really good AKs out there. They are fully steel and real wood. Some of them also have blowback functions built in, and VFC is super reliable when it comes to making their guns. So definitely a good choice. The only downside about VFC is they're going to be coming into the price range of $445. That's a lot for an AK if you're gonna buy one, but if you have a high budget, VFC is definitely a good way to go. They're reliable, made of awesome materials, and they're definitely vintage guns. So next we're gonna move in to the number 1 spot, and moving into the number 1 spot, our best is Real Sword. Real Sword is known for their full steel and high quality stuff. So you're going to find the exact measurements on this AK that the real steel one's going to be. And their most famous one is called a Type 56, it's a Chinese AK. And it's actually going to keep a fairly decent price, I guess you would say, for competitive AKs at $359. So, Real Sword's definitely the way to go if you have the money to do it. So, now that I've shown you guys the top guns here, I'm going to show you guys some setups that you can run with an AK, and here's some clips of that. So now that I've showed you all the different types of AKs out there that you can buy, ranging from the most expensive high quality stuff to some reasonably low price stuff. I'm going to show you guys what setups you can run if you get these AKs. So right here I have a CYMA AK. I like them because they offer a lot for the amount of money that you pay for them. So first I'm going to show you guys a typical way that you could run an AK when you're doing close quarters combat. A couple things that I really like to have. One would be these double magazines right here. It definitely helps when you're going around corners. If you run out of ammo, you're going to be able to reload a lot faster than having to wind up your high cap or switching over to another mid cap. With this you can just take your mag out and put the next one back in about 1.5 to 2 seconds. It's really a lot faster than what you would do just normally having to pull out a whole nother mag. So another thing that I definitely want to bring is this vertical grip right here. Definitely gives you a lot more control over your gun when you're going around corners and stuff. It's definitely helps with the hip fire of your gun. The next thing is a laser sight. If your indoor CQB field allows them, definitely bring them in because they help you with that hip fire a lot, and you're going to be able to aim a lot faster than your opponent. Alright, so next is a flashlight or a tack light. Preferably you're going to want to use a tack light just because they're a lot brighter and they will stun your opponent more than a regular flashlight would. But if you're in prolonged firefights, then a good flashlight will definitely give your opponent sunspots in their eyes, so it kind of blinds them from shooting back at you. Next is your reflex red dot sight. This is going to help a lot with your aiming. If you don't really want to run scopes at all, it's not a good idea. And you can run iron sights, but a regular red dot's just a lot easier to use. And then one final thing is a folded up stock if you can. I can't do it right now because I have the laser here mounted right there just so you guys can see it. But typically that would be mounted on the other side of the AK, and then you can fold your stock up and you can maneuver your gun around close quarters a lot easier. Alright, so next we're going to do an outdoor setup for an AK. So I find when I bring an AK out to a field, there's a couple things that really help because they're so heavy and a little bit hard to use at some points in the game. So a lot of good things to have. This time don't use that double mag. You want to bring down the weight as much as possible when you're using an AK. If you have one, use a low to mid-powered scope for field play. It's definitely going to give you an edge over your opponent because most people do not have magnified optics. And then definitely bring a sling when you go out to play. This is going to help you a lot because you don't have to carry around the weight of this AK all the time. And a last attachment that you should put on an AK is an angled foregrip. That's going to help you aim a lot better at the longer ranges, so that way you're going to have a little bit more accuracy over your opponent than they're going to have on you. So all that stuff is definitely going to give you an edge when you go out to play on your field or CQB arena. Don't mind this flashlight here. I just have mine taped on at the moment, so I can really take that off the field. But if you do have a high-powered flashlight, then you might want to keep that on because that could still blind your opponents at some range. It won't blind them at extremely long ranges, but sometimes at short ranges that might help a little bit. So I hope this all helped you guys. If you have any questions you want me to answer for next Q&A video, make sure you leave them down in the comments and I will try to answer them as soon as I can. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.